when you're walking with the Lord, the Spirit will remind you of where you walked, and He will remind you of where He's leading you, where He's taking you. That's the God reminder, a God slap. God comes and He becomes very direct and very plain with you, because the plain words of God is enough for you to understand His heart and mind. There's a God direction, a God impression, a God conviction. A God impression and a God conviction, with it is a God connection, And the Spirit will often address, not so much just in the way you think and I think, He'll address it in the way He thinks. So when He is directing your thoughts, He's directing it to hope, to see and to believe. It's not just to see, but to see and to believe. And I'm taking you there. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to open this door to you. And then He reminds us, especially for ministers, they get this call from the Lord. We get the call from the Lord, and sometimes we lose our way. We lose our direction. We lose even the fire for prayer and the fire for fellowship. And the Spirit comes to blow on it. And He reminds you that place is always there. God is always available for you and I to meet Him in that way, at that capacity. And you don't need a God introduction to come back to that, to visit that point. You just, when God comes to you and He encounters you, it's like you already know that place. You've been there before. So the Spirit calls you to that sweet fellowship, that sweet encounter. You start to realize God is calling me to a higher call. And higher call meaning it would not be a call that you would have called yourself into, but it'd be a call that the Spirit is leading. And often when the Spirit is calling you to a higher call, it's always, the assignment is always going to be greater than you. Your own assignment is always going to be greater than you. And when He calls you into that greater assignment, a greater call, He's always going to ask you the question, can you trust me? Do you trust me about what I'm about to do in your life, do to your life, and do through you, through your life? I want to use you, but can you trust me? And that's the call of God. Basically, that's how the call of God came to Moses, came to Gideon, came to Joshua. You go through the list of individuals that they had to trust the Lord's leading about the God assignment that was placed upon them.